Hey guys, Nijdev from St. Vincent Jewelry Center. You know, it's engagement season. You might be looking to buy a ring for someone special. It's important to see these rings in person, not buy them online because you never know what you're getting. That's why you should come to St. Vincent. I'm gonna show you what's available, the type of diamonds, the kind of rings. Those things, like I said, it's important to see them in person. You can't just buy it online. But don't forget, we have a giveaway. It's a Cuban link, 14 karat, approximately $2,500 in value. The way you win it is you have to subscribe, like, comment on the videos, and eventually when we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're gonna pick a winner. Let's go see what we have available. Viken, how are you? Guys, I'm here at Personal Touch with my friend Viken. As you can see, he carries a lot of loose stones and engagement rings. So Viken, tell me, what's the most popular loose stone that goes into some kind of an engagement ring?
The round shape is typically the most popular. It's the traditional shape. It's priced differently than all the other shapes. So you start with the round. A close second is the oval shape, followed by the elongated radiance and cushion cuts. Princess cut is pretty popular again now. The emerald cut has more of a niche market because it doesn't have as many facets as the other shapes.
Okay.
Women typically really like it or don't.
Okay.
And then you have the pear shape, which we use more often in pendants because it hangs nicely, and the marquee also. And by the way, you can cut a diamond in any shape you want. You can even, I've seen it cut in a horse's head before, but that's obviously not as popular. So I've taken out two round shapes just for argument's sake to describe. Most of the time, as a general rule, 1 carat is where people want to be. Of course, we sell a lot larger than that and a lot smaller than that also. But the 1 carat is typically a good size to concentrate on. The 1 carat stones in a round, in a natural diamond, you want to start somewhere in the 4,000 to 5,000 range to get a pretty decent stone and go up from there.
When somebody's buying an engagement ring, they would come in and say, you know, I'm looking for, there might be a specific size or a shape that they like. And then you will then bring that diamond out and then you can say, well, this will fit in this, and then you can put it in a ring and kind of show how that works.
Well, this is how I like to approach it. When a customer comes in, I'd like to give them options. So after describing what to look for in a diamond and how it's priced, get them to figure out what price range they want to be in.
Okay.
Then we start with the center stone because that's obviously in these projects the most expensive part of the ring. So once we pick a center stone, then we go ahead and design a ring or find a ring that's gonna work with that shape. And of course, in different sizes, there's different qualities and different cuts. That's what makes up the pricing of the stone.
So something like this. So what did you say this was? This was what shape was this?
This is an oval shape.
Okay, oval.
Just over 2 carats. It's a 2 1/4 carat.
Okay, and roundabout, I know that there's specific ways of calculating pricing, but what is the average price for something?
So on a 2 carat in this quality, which is pretty high in the color and clarity, you're gonna be somewhere in the 20,000 range.
Got it. Okay, and then which one is this one?
This is an elongated radiant cut.
Okay.
This is just under 1.5 carats. Again, very high color clarity. Something like this will run you somewhere between the 6,000 and 7,000 range.
Okay, and then this is the
Elongated cushion.
Okay.
Also in a 2.5 carat. The cushion, the oval, all the fancy shapes, we call them fancy shapes. Anything that's not a round brilliant cut is considered a fancy shape. All those are priced pretty much the same way as far as if you're comparing apples to apples. So a 2.5 carat cushion versus a 2.5 carat oval, if they're in the same color, clarity, and cut, you're probably going to get it at about the same price range, which is in the $20,000 range. What I see the trend right now is in the first 5 that I showed you,
Okay.
which is the round, the oval, the radiant cut, the cushion cut, and the princess cut. Emerald cut, like I said, is a very specific taste. Same goes with the pear shape and the marquee. Those, to be honest with you, in the 80s, they were very popular. Women that want to go back to retro are the ones that are asking for the pear shape and the marquee nowadays.
Got it. We've talked about this whole situation with online sales, and people go and they say, well, I found something online for this price, and it says it's VS2 E-color and it's 1.8 carat and it's this price. And then, well, I can get it online and save all this money. But you can tell us, What's the reason why this buying jewelry in these diamonds and all these things, why is it important to be actually physically able to see them and talk to a professional jeweler who knows what they're talking about, as opposed to some guy that's online trying to sell you something that's going to come in the mail? What's the big deal about it?
Very valid point. So basically, when the customer walks in, the first thing I tell them is buying a diamond is unlike buying anything else, right? You go to buy a car, you know what's under the hood. You do your research and you buy what you want. With diamonds, it's very, very difficult, because even though there's a grading system for it, at the end of the day, you have to trust your eyes. And that's what I tell my customers. I might be an expert at this. I might have done this thousands of times. But for you, what do you like? How does it look to you?
Got it.
Which leads me to my next point, which is, what do you look for in a diamond?
Okay. Is this what you're talking about, the 3 C's?
Yes, but actually it's the 4 C's.
Oh, they added them?
Yes.
Added a C?
They didn't add one. I think you just forgot.
Yeah, it happens. I'm old. That's
Yeah.
why. Go ahead.
When a customer comes in, I like to give them a little lecture, let's say, on what to look for in a diamond when they're buying it. Like I said, there's the 4 C's of a diamond, and they stand for color, clarity, cut, and carat weight. Notice how I said carat weight all the way at the end, because it's the least important.
Okay, wow.
It has nothing to do with the look of the diamond. It doesn't even have to do with the size of the diamond. It's strictly the weight of the diamond.
Okay.
All you need to know is there's 100 points in a carat. So basically, 200 points would make that stone a 2-carat diamond. Okay? Just throw that in the back of your head and I'll tell you why it's included in the 4 C's. The 2 most important characteristics to look at are the color and the clarity. In fact, the color has become the most important, because most women today are electing to go with white metal, either platinum or white gold. And when you have the white metal, the color of the diamond is what's going to appear first. That's going to be the most obvious.
Okay.
So the whiter the diamond, the better. Okay? The grading system for that is just like the alphabet. There's no ABC. It starts at D and goes all the way down from there. Other than that, there's groupings. D, E, F is in the colorless range. From G through J is in the near colorless.
Okay.
Anything lower than that, you really start seeing that it's a lower quality stone.
Got it. Okay.
The second part to it is the clarity of the diamond.
Okay.
This is where people conflate the two. I've had customers tell me, oh wow, that's a really white diamond. It must be very clean. No, you can have an absolutely white diamond that has all kinds of imperfections and vice versa. And you really don't want either one. You want a nice balance.
Okay.
The clarity has to do with the amount of imperfections that are inside the diamond. Most people call them cracks. They're not cracks, they are the imperfections, the inclusions that are found inside the natural stone. There are carbon spots, they can be white or black, there's clouds, there's twining wisps, and so forth. The grading system to that goes from flawless to VVS 1 and 2, which stands for very, very slightly included, VS 1 and 2, very slightly included, SI 1, 2, and 3, slightly included, and I 1, 2, and 3, which is imperfect or included.
Okay.
Where do we want to be? You really don't need to get up into the flawless and VVS, because once you're in the VS clarity with the naked eye, and sometimes even with a loupe, which is a magnifying glass, you're not going to find anything in it.
Okay.
So to me, that's kind of an overkill.
Okay.
Most of the stones that I like to sell are in the nice SI clarity, because it becomes more affordable. You can concentrate on a bigger size, a wider stone, or you can basically save some money by doing that.
Makes sense.
And how many people actually walk around with a loupe? Not too many,
Yeah.
right? So as long as the imperfections are not visible to the naked eye, to me, it's acceptable. You want to really stay away from the imperfects. Those are the stones that when you pick up, you see the imperfections and it actually affects the brilliance of the diamond.
Okay.
The last part to it is the cut of the diamond, not the shape. We discussed the shapes already. There's multiple shapes that you look at. The cut meaning the proportions of the diamond, the depth of the diamond versus the size of the table in proportion. So basically, this is what gives the diamond ultimately its brilliance. So the better cut that you have, the more brilliance you're going to get out of the stone.
Okay.
Now, let's go back to the cut again and the weight. If you have 2 diamonds, and one is cut really deep and one is cut really flat, which one's going to look bigger? And they both weigh the same. Let's assume they weigh 1 carat. The deep one is going to look a lot smaller, right? That's why I said earlier that the weight of the diamond is not the size of the diamond, and it has nothing to do with the look of the diamond. However, the better cut it is, the more brilliance you're going to get out of it.
Okay.
Now, automatically, people say, well, I want a really flat diamond so it looks really big. Like I said, this is how you get the brilliance. So if it's cut too flat, you're going to lose a lot of the brilliance, and that the light rays that are refracted out of the diamond will leak out and give you less brilliance.
Yeah.
Now, all this said, why does carat weight matter? It matters in the pricing of a diamond. Assuming the other three C's are the same, the color, the clarity, and the cut of the diamond, the bigger the diamond becomes, meaning the more it weighs, the price doesn't change proportionally. It's exponential. Easier way to put it, you have a 1 carat diamond, let's say that's a $5,000 stone. Everything else being equal, going to a 2 carat, people assume it's double the price. No, unfortunately, it's about 4 times the price.
Wow, 4 tons.
Yes, it's exponential on how it goes.
Okay.
That's why the carat weight is the 4th C of a diamond. Now, this is great to know. A lot of people go into a lot more detail than that, and you really start getting yourself confused when you do that. My suggestion and my advice to people buying a diamond, know all this, but at the end of the day, always trust your eyes, okay? Because even if the diamond is certified, it's been sent to an independent lab, and you have a certification with it, and by the way, they come in 2 different ones, in EGL and GIA. These are the 2 that are accepted in our industry. Even when they're certified, there's gonna be a little bit of a variation because the people certifying it, the experts, the gemologists, it's their best opinion on what the stone is rated in color and clarity. So to me, you always trust your eyes. Compare diamonds and see which one speaks to you and go with that. This is why I don't understand how people go to online sources and how you can buy a diamond by just going off the paper. At the end of the day, you're not going to be wearing the paper or the certificate on your finger. It's going to be the actual diamond.
That's right, that's right. And that's one of the things that we were talking about that in the beginning is that buying stuff online, it's great. You buy a shoe, you know your size, you see the color, and you go buy it. Simple. But something like this, where you're buying it and it's special, and you have to actually, like you said, you have to look at it with your eyes. Without looking at it with your own eyes, it's going to be hard to tell what's good and what's not. That certificate is great, and all the other things is great, but you need a jeweler to explain all this to you. Just like BK did just now, you want to have that explanation so that you have a confidence when you're buying something that is what you want. And the nice thing about downtown here is, as an example, if you establish a relationship with a jeweler, let's say you come to Personal Touch and you talk with them, you buy a ring and years go by and you decide you want to upgrade the ring or you want to buy a different ring, when you come back, it's the same person. They're going to do themselves on the repeat business. It's not going to be just a one-time, let's have them buy something and then they'll be gone. You're going to get, we talked about this before, where you have 3 generations of people coming to jewelers in downtown and going, my parents bought their ring from you 40 years ago, and now we want to move forward and buy something from you.
Actually, I'm on my 4th generation.
4th generation.
You're cutting out 1 on everything today.
I know.
3 C's, 3 generations.
I know. So the other thing I wanted to mention is, he mentioned the GIA EGL certificates. Those are also very important. And when time comes for insurance, if you want to insure a ring, or if something happens and you lose that ring, when you have that certificate from a jeweler, it holds a lot of value. And for insurance purposes, it's advantageous to have those things.
It makes it a lot easier.
Correct. So again, at the end, we looked at all these different rings and all the different diamonds and all the designs. But at the end of the day, the most important is that you come down, you look around, you look at the different vendors that we have here, you look at the different rings, look at the different diamonds, and then you make a decision using your own eyes and the knowledge that jewelers in the business have. Not some guy online, like I said, that's selling something because that's his job. That's very important. So I hope this was a good learning experience for you guys, especially because it's an engagement season. People are looking to buy stuff for their significant other, and to do that, you have to come down, you have to come to St. Vincent, come to downtown, and see what we have.
But by the way, to wrap it all up, I just wanted to add one thing. There's a misconception of amongst people that are in the market to buy a diamond, that a certified diamond is a better diamond. You can basically take any stone and send it to the lab, either EGL or GIA, and get a certificate for it, of course, at an added cost. Doesn't mean that it's a better stone or not. But typically, what I recommend, if you're staying in the near colorless and above, and also in a very nice cut and above, and a clarity that's at least in the SI and above, that's when you get a stone that's certified, so that you know pretty much what an expert is calling that stone.
Okay, so it's the same as like if you have baseball cards, and let's say you have a valuable baseball card and you want to get it certified, get it PSA, you send it there and they certify it and they say this card is worth this value. But if you had like a 5-cent card, sending it to get it certified, it doesn't do anything for you. So same concept.
Very accurate. So the stones that are in the lower quality typically are for the, and by the way, every stone has a customer, every stone has a market. But somebody that comes in that says, I want a big stone, but I don't have a big budget. That's when I start telling them, you really don't need a certified stone. You're just adding to the cost and taking away from what you can get for the stone. So if you want something just as a diamond that's gonna look okay, you buy a non-certified. If not, you want something that's a pretty good quality stone, always make sure that it's a certified diamond. All right, Nejdet, so now that I taught you everything you need to know about a diamond.
Yeah, especially since your mom was a teacher. She was teaching me when I was small, and now you're teaching me. So go ahead, let's see what you got to teach.
I want to see what you learned.
Okay,
so I'm
very
just
good.
going to show you a few diamonds here, and you're going to tell me which one looks the best to you.
Okay, sounds good.
So first, let me show them to you, to the naked eye.
Okay,
So this is how you look at color.
okay,
Now I want you to look for imperfections. This is a holder.
okay.
Bring the loop all the way to your eye, and bring the stone closer until it's in focus.
Got it.
Okay, now look for things in there that you feel like don't belong. Not the straight lines, those are the facets. Those are what gives the stone its brilliance. But other than the facets, you should see some little imperfections throughout the stone.
Got it.
Okay,
Okay, I see those.
all right. Let's take a look at the second one now.
I'm not a jeweler, but I play one on TV.
Got that one?
Yep,
Okay,
got that one.
and the last one.
Got it.
All right, so tell me what you saw in here, Nejdet. What did you see in the first one?
So that one, it seemed like there was maybe like a little bit of a scratch or something on the surface, and one or two little things around, maybe like black in color, maybe a little bit. That's what I saw in that one.
And what did you think about the color when you look at it with your naked eye?
This was a little bit more like not exactly bright white. It had a little bit of a yellow color to it.
Okay.
That's what it seemed like.
What do you think about the second one?
This one looked really clean. I didn't see anything that looked out of the ordinary, and it was bright white. So it looks like this would be like a little bit higher price-wise, I would say, on this one. Okay, that's what I saw.
Then how about the third one?
This one was nice, but it had this blue, like a hazy color to it. Almost like it's, I know it's white, but it had a color to it. It didn't look like other stones that I've seen. So, did I pass?
That's pretty good,
Okay, good.
except for the fact that you use some terms that I told you we don't use, like cracks. There's no cracks,
No
those
cracks.
are imperfections.
Right.
But you were spot on, especially on the first two. The first diamond I showed you has some color to it. It's actually a yellowish brownish tint.
Okay.
And it has some imperfections.
Okay.
That stone, in relation to the second one, they're the same weight, is probably 1/3 of the price.
One
The second stone I showed you is very good in all 4 of the cuts. Well, let's leave the carat weight out of it, but it has good cut, good color, and good clarity. It's in the colorless range. It's a VS stone, and it has a very nice cut to it.
Okay.
The third one is where I want to discuss something with you. It's a very tricky stone, okay? If you look at it with the loupe and to the naked eye, the color, it's very high color, you're not going to find any imperfections. However, you're right. It doesn't have the brilliance, and it has that purplish tint.
Yes, I saw that.
And this is where a lot of people are taken, especially when they buy a stone all white. So this stone has very strong blue fluorescence, it's called. It has nothing to do with the 4 C's. It's an independent, inherent trait that comes in the rough diamond. Typically, you don't want any type of fluorescence. And the fluorescents are rated in none at all, faint, medium blue, and strong blue fluorescence. This one that I showed you has strong blue fluorescence, which means when you look at it in dim light, it looks beautiful. As soon as you take it out into the sunlight or you put it in under strong lights, it becomes very hazy, loses all brilliance, and it kind of gives you a purplish tint to it. And this is where a lot of people are taken. That stone is worth even less than that first stone.
And this blue tint doesn't show up anywhere as far as when someone tells you something or on a piece of paper.
On a certificate, but people overlook that because most people look for the 4 C's. They don't look for the fluorescence of a diamond. This is something that's not discussed very often.
And so if you were to compare this exact diamond with the way it is now, compared to something that was completely white like this one, the difference in price, what are we talking about?
That the one that has the same color, same clarity, but has strong blue fluorescent is probably 1/3 of the price.
1/3?
Should be, yes. But that's not what a lot of places do. They sell it as a very good deal. They tag it as an excellent bargain price, whatever, without telling the customer. And that's very unfortunate.
And that's why when you buy stuff online, these are some of the things you don't know. You need a jeweler to explain these
100%.
things. So again, this is why I want to reiterate this. You have to come downtown, you have to come here and look at these stones with your own eyes. That's the most important thing. And as Vic said, trust your eyes. So this is Jeff from Diamond Mine. He's in Plaza 2 M11. Their company has been here almost from the beginning of when this plaza was open. 2 generations of jewelers. So Jeff, tell us a little bit. We're looking for engagement rings and different types of settings. So why don't you kind of give us an idea of what type of settings are available? Show us what there is.
Oh my God, the choices are endless. Most popular nowadays is simplicity. People want simplicity. So just simple bands with just a center stone. A few years ago, halo was very popular, which means a diamond and a bunch of diamonds around it.
Okay.
Right now, there is something called what's a hidden halo,
Okay.
which is the diamond and the diamonds right underneath. You can't really see them, so that's why it's called hidden halo. Definitely some diamonds on the band. That's very popular. Again, the choices are endless. That's why we have over 500 settings, and it all depends on the customer, what they want.
Okay, so let's see a couple of them. Show us
Sure.
some of the ones that you have. I'm gonna look at a 2-carat diamond in the oval and in the round cut, and we're gonna see what type of settings we can put those in and what they look like. And like you said, there's so many choices, but we're gonna try to narrow it down to something so that it doesn't get too confusing for everybody.
I have 2 stones, like you said, a 2-carat oval and a 2-carat round. These are GIA certified diamonds. These are the settings that I was talking about. I have 2 trays. These are the most simplest ones. Again, it's a personal choice. There's no right or there's no wrong choice in this. Here's the round one, and here is the oval one. So for a round 2-carat, this is the simple and hidden halo. As you can see, there's diamonds here on the basket. Although you can't see it, it just adds to it. And for an oval, once these set, the prongs are very, very minimal. You can't really see them. The metal choices are 14 karat, 18 karat, or platinum, and white or yellow gold. If it's gold, platinum is just white.
Okay.
And again, it's personal choice. We prefer to set them in either platinum or 14 karat. They're a little tougher metal. 18 karat is a little softer. We want the prongs to be as sturdy as possible.
Makes sense.
So 14 karat or platinum would be my choices.
Okay. Is there a rose gold option?
There is rose gold, but it's not as popular. Rose gold are used more for color stones, not for diamonds. During the 40 years almost that I've been here, maybe I sold 3 rose gold wedding rings.
And then like you said, so some of these, they have some more diamonds around the band here.
Correct. For example, something like this is a double halo. There is 2 rows of diamonds around it, and we can put this one, the oval here. It's obviously a bigger look. People prefer this sometimes, but right now what's in fashion is the simple hidden halo rings. These comes in different sizes according to the stone that a person will choose.
It's diamonds here, but it's just gold here. So when you size it, actually the cut is here, and they add gold or reduce gold.
Correct. We cut it right in the middle actually. I prefer to size it up or down, maybe 1 size, 1.5 size.
Got it.
If it's something more than that, I would rather do a brand new ring for the customer.
Okay.
It's better. I mean, if we don't have to stretch it so much, then the diamonds setting quality might jeopardize. So it's just better to have a new ring done.
Got it.
And if the customer, if it's not in the rush, we can do this in 3 to 5 days locally, and it's a brand new ring. So there's no, although sizing is 100% okay, but I think it's okay for a size to 2 sizes max.
Okay, so if somebody has a ring themselves, so they come in and they say, hey Jeff, I'm looking for to put this in an engagement ring. You find one for them that fits, you put it on there. From the time they walk in and they hand you the diamond, until it's ready to go, polished, sized, and ready to go? How long does that take? It's something you stop.
If it's something with stock, setting it, sizing it, polishing it, hour and
Wow, that
hour and, yeah, 90 minutes. Yeah. If it's something simple, if you don't have to do any kind of an adjustments.
Some of the diamonds, obviously these are beautiful, but I've heard there are some diamonds that are like colored diamonds.
Correct.
What's the story with these colored diamonds?
Well, for every color diamonds are more rare, and they have obviously their grading on their colors as well. Most popular color diamond is the yellow diamond. The color grading on the white diamonds, it starts from D. There is no ABCs. D all the way down to Z color.
Okay.
Now, as it goes down the alphabet, it gets a little bit more yellow, but they're not fancy. The only fancy grading, it becomes after Z, and laboratories are able to do that. Just to show you a few,
Okay.
and I carry a few of them. These are preset. The center stones, as you can see, are yellow, and they're very strong yellow colors. These are in the fancy grading. If it's not fancy grading, we kind of call it off-color diamonds, meaning if they're M and K colors, they're not pure white, they're off-color. But after the letter Z, the grading becomes fancy.
And what is this thing I hear, pink diamond? What's the story?
Yes, see, we have pink diamonds as well. They are much more rare than the yellows. I have them inside. Actually, it's a good idea to ask a jeweler if they don't have it in the showcase. Just ask them. I've seen customer come and look at our showcase and walk away. And then if I'm on here, I say, what is it that you need? How can I help you? Oh, we were looking for a pink diamond, or we were looking for this certain particular settings, and I don't see it. I said, please let me know because I have it inside. Our showcase is only limited on certain space, so definitely it's a good idea to ask. Here's a small pink. Here's actually a greenish stone, and here's pink to purplish diamonds. These are much more rare. The yellows are known more, but the pinks also known, but they are considered very expensive. So not many people do it for engagement rings. But they are affordable, especially down here. This is a great place to buy your diamonds.
Okay. And just think down, you've been in business 40 years.
Yes.
You've sold to so many different people.
Yes.
If you have to think back and to think about what is the most expensive diamond he ever sold, whether it was already an engagement ring or it was a loose diamond, roughly, how much was that?
I sold, and which wasn't, it is not the most popular shape. I sold the Marquise diamond, which was about 7.5 carat for this lady that she only wanted a Marquise, and we only put 2 elongated tapered baguettes on the side. Very simple, came out beautiful, GIA graded. This was, I'm going back probably about 8-9 years ago. She ended up paying us like $85,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's what I was talking about, you guys. When you come to St. Vincent Jewelry Center, you have reputable jewelers that have everything that you need. You're able to buy what you want. And then later on, when you have questions or you want to upgrade or you want to size, you're going to come back to the jeweler here. He's going to take care of you. And you're going to make sure that that ring is brilliant and shiny all the time. So this is why it's important to come down and physically see these diamonds and see these rings. You can see all the selections that we have. We have so many different ones. So please make sure you come visit us here and see the jewelers that we have. Okay, so Jeff, I've heard this rule of thumb that people said that when you want to buy a ring, it should be on average about 2 months of your salary. What do you think about that idea? What are your thoughts on that?
Actually, I do not agree with it. It depends how much you're willing to spend and how much is comfortable for you. Look, someone's salary might be $30,000 or someone's salary might be $1,000. So it all depends. I think a person purchasing should be comfortable with the purchase. Obviously, this is a great place. Value is number one, service and quality. These are 3 things. And also, once you purchase a diamond or a ring, it's not the end of it. We can always upgrade it. So if you're starting a little bit more, making more money, or you're more comfortable spending now extra $3,000, you can always bring us your original purchase. We'll upgrade it. What I mean with upgrade is that, let's say if you paid $2,000 for your original ring, and what you like is now $5,000, we'll take in your ring, extra $3,000, and we'll give you the new ring. I have customers who kept upgrading forever. So that's a great option. You're not stuck to it. The first initial purchase should be what you're comfortable with.
One of the things I want to ask you about is shopping online. Let's just come into a jewelry store, somewhere like this, like St. Vincent. Tell us, what do you think the big difference is between shopping online and shopping at St. Vincent?
There's a huge difference. First of all, the initial purchase is done in person. So physically, I can show you many different choices and you're able to see it with your own eyes and compare. Rather than getting one stone, shipping it back, this and that. It's gonna be all. The second thing is after the purchase. A customer can always bring their ring, whatever jewelry, pendant, earrings in, we'll clean them, we'll make sure all the stones are tight, polish them, make like brand new again, and return it to them. And there's no fee for it. It's a service that we do. And you can only do it if you bought your jewelry in a location like Uvira.
Right, so it's like a tune-up for jewelry, basically. You come in, they make sure, because some of these stones, you have to be careful. You might bang them somewhere, the prong might get loose, and you don't want the stone to drop. So it's a good idea to come in and have it polished and looked at and cleaned, and then if there is an issue with it, they fix it right away. So again, you can't do that online. You're not gonna ship an item to somebody and explain that to them. You have to do it in person, and you have to do it with a jeweler, and St. Vincent is the place to do it. Jeff, I want to thank you for all your information.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
It was my pleasure.
Okay guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Now, it's really important. It's, like I said, engagement season. You got to come down here, check out the jewelry that we have, check out the engagement rings, the diamonds, the settings. These things you have to see in person. You cannot buy them online. You can, but you're not going to be satisfied. You got to come here, you got to look with your own eyes, pick it up, get a feel for it, put it on the finger. These things are really, really important. So make sure that you come down here and trust these jewelers. They're going to be able to do upgrades for you. They're going to size them for you. They're going to polish them for you. They're going to do everything for you. Nobody online is going to do that for you. So make sure you do that. Also, I want to remind you guys, we'll start trying to get to 10,000K to win that bracelet, the Cuban Link bracelet that's worth about 2,500 bucks. You got to subscribe, comment, and like on the videos. I'll catch you guys on the next one.